coming at you from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, which if you could see the rest of it's probably Tonya's Messy Kitchen would be a better name. But anyway, I decided I was going to show you how I make that 70s soap. It's one of my favorites to make, and I'm a little short on it, so I thought I would try my first video with that one. So I have my oils in the recipe, and they're all melted down, and they're actually cooled down to about 108 degrees. I have my lye water solution and all that entails in this cute little stainless steel pitcher. And that's about 102. I'm just going to combine my lye water with my oils, and then with my immersion blender bring it to just past emulsion, which is just past where the oils and the lye water are all combined. So just gonna pop this off. Then we're gonna add my fragrance oil with some clay. And that needs to be, you know, also shushed in. So the more you work the soap, the thicker it gets. And I could probably put this in with a whisk, but it's okay. A little oil and mica colors. So I'm going to put 5 ounces in each, roughly 5 ounces in each container. I get close. That's such a pretty pink. Yep. And then this beautiful neon orange, which would probably burn your eyeballs if you kept watching. The first time I made it, each time I've made it, it comes out a little different because it's even hard to just mimic a soap, even if you know exactly how you made it. It'll come close, but each time I've changed the colors up a little bit because it wasn't quite exactly what I wanted. And I think I really like this color scheme. And this one has... Come on. Okay. So this one is going to be my neon yellow. I don't really know if you can see that. I gotta move my... Every bit of color counts. It's amazing. You become a soaper and pretty soon you're scraping things like beyond scraping clean. Move you because we don't need you anymore. And then my green is going to go in here. And I will blend this all up. If you hear a dog barking, she's just mad at me. Okay. So my mold looks like this. It's a column mold. And I got this really cool tool that sits in the bottom. Okay. So after I pour my soap, I pull it up and it comes through all the layers of the soap that I've poured. And I'm going to hopefully, so you can get that and see as I do it, Let me just whip up my colors really quick here. Yeah. Some soaps, you know, are really quick to make. Once you mix your lye and oils together. And some soaps take longer. It's just, especially if you dilly-dally like I do. But I can't with this one because I cannot have it. I should add some more pink to that. I cannot have it set up on me. Like if I was to make baby cupcakes. Ooh, these are some pretty colors for baby cupcakes, wouldn't it? If I was gonna make baby cupcakes, yeah, you have to let the soap set up and get really firm, like frosting, really thick frosting. You know, and at this point you can see how liquid this is all turning out to be. I'm gonna take the spatula to him. Okay. It would have been fun to have my little one here, Trey, because he thinks he's gonna be a YouTuber like all that generation wants to be. And here I go. Oh, disaster. Okay. This is why I took it just to emulsion, because you still work with it so much after with the fragrance oils and the colors that it's like, even if I was just not there, but you really want to be there, I think it would be okay. You know, or else that's probably one of the batches where I was like, oh, I'm there and I'm not there, and I get to redo it. Yeah, this one needs a little more color. I'm hoping you can see all this. If not, I'm so sorry. I tried to figure out my range of where you could see and where you couldn't, and forgive me, it's my first video. Actually, that's a lie. I did a small video for Facebook where I was cutting some soaps, which was fun. Yep, one of these years I will get a soap cutter, one of the big ones, but for now, I make do. Okay. Now we start pouring, and I need a plan of pour, so I don't really have one, so we'll start with the blue. Now I hold my stick and I pour down the stick. And I usually count, so this is going to be lots of fun because I can't talk and count at the same time, but that's okay. I pour down the stick because I have found that it's easier for me to get everything, because as the green goes down, it pushes the pink out of the way, and it pushes it down and out, so therefore my colors won't get muddy, and you'll see what that looks like when I pull the stick out, because the top is always muddy, so there's always this one bar that if my kids want this soap, I'm like, here, you can have the end cap to it, you know. This is the tedious part of this soap. Trying to get everything down as fast as possible. And like, you know, your batter, the recipe you use makes a huge difference because you want it to be fluid. So you don't want to put a lot of butters or hard oils in there. You want to keep a good ratio. I can't remember. I want to say mine is, it's either 50-50 hard butters or hard oils to soft oils, or it's 60-40 where the 60 is the soft oils. I'm gonna have to mix this blue. He's getting chunky on me. I don't know why. Yeah, they're all getting chunky on me. The scent blend's amazing though. If you've never smelled it, it's like sunshine in a bottle. It's just happy and sparkly. So sometimes, like within the liquid soaps I make, am I totally cutting you off here? Probably. Can't see. In my liquid soaps, if you see sparkling citrus, that's the same as the blend in the 70s soap. Because that's what it reminds me of, just sparkly and citrusy and happy summer days. I mean, we can have happy winter days too, right? But I don't know, this winter's been long. Just gonna give these all a mix really quick before I pour them. And I try to keep the stick upright because I've found that if I let it lay to the side, it will, lost my stuff. It will make that design change a little bit. And, you know, you kind of want it to not have a hole through the whole thing. Or this line, I should say. As long as this doesn't chunk up and I don't have to scoop it in there, we'll be good. And this is probably the only type of detailed soap I do in this column mold because it's a pain. But like I said, it's so fun. And messy, very messy. I've done it with the bottles, you know, and I've done it where you put the plastic in the bottle so you don't have to clean the bottle, but that was even messier than this. And I have just found that I tolerate this a lot better. It works a lot better for me than using the bottles and sticking it in there. So can you see how it pushes it out? You know, some of these are getting a little thick, but that's okay. And my batch doesn't go all the way to the top. Just because of reasons of how fast it likes to set up. Sorry about the green. This big honking thing in your way. Whoa. Oh, well. That's the nice thing about soap. There's no errors in soap. Well, okay. If you have too much lye, you know, if you don't run it through the calculator right or you measure wrong, yeah, you could have an error. But otherwise, there's no errors in soap. Like if my colors are wrong or it hardens up too fast. I made a soap with peppermint schnapps. I won't even tell you which one. I guess you're not supposed to make soap with that strong of a alcohol because of the sugars and maybe just the alcohol. But we had a bottle laying around from a bachelor party that was probably 20 years ago. I think I just dated myself for sure. But anyway, it was bad. It didn't even taste like peppermint anymore. It was just pure alcohol. And I was like, oh, I can soap with that, you know? And I was going to use it for my glycerin transparent soap. But then I decided I had this really cool idea for the new soaps that I had brought out before Valentine's Day. I could do it in there, you know, because the sugars in it just make it more bubbly, which is why beer soaps are so much fun. Yeah, but anyway, that sucker seized up. Like, we're talking not quite Play-Doh, but almost there, right? So I had to plop it in the mold, which I wasn't really happy about. But it actually turned out really, really good. Like, it's a really cool soap. If I had it, I'd show it to you, but I don't. Yeah. We're getting to the end of the barrel. Yeah. I saw this. I can't remember who I saw do it first. I want to say her name's Tree Marie Soapworks, or else it was Royalty Soaps. And it looks so much fun, but I couldn't find the tool, the little tool in there. And then I was kind of afraid to buy it because, you know, the reviews were, oh, it breaks so quickly. And it is plastic. Like a metal one would be legit. Stainless steel, you can't use aluminum. For soaping, it'll go bad. But I actually found one, last one left, and I'm like, I have to buy this. I have to do this, right? And the mold I actually use a lot. Works great for my shave soaps. Just any sort of perfectly round soap that I want. Oh, I lied. I made my old-fashioned Christmas soap. I did it this way with reds and whites, and it's peppermint and vanilla. It smells great. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. Why am I soaping? Why am I soaping? Because it de-stresses me. I could read. I'm an avid reader. I like to read. But sometimes, you know, life, families, husbands, won't name names, can stress you out a little bit. Even life now. I mean, really? Like, look at our world. It's so sad. You know, so this is my outlet. And I love when my kids come to me and they're like, Mom, I need a soap. And it's like, oh, great. Which one do you want? My two boys, my oldest and my youngest, they both use the grape soda pop as shampoo. Now, if you saw my youngest and you saw his hair, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm not using that stuff, right? And I don't know what it is about it that works for them. But my oldest has this gorgeous flippy hair, and he uses it and he loves it, and it's like, so glad he works for him. And then my husband just uses whatever bar soap he happens to have. He uses that for shampoo, you know, and everything, just a bar soap. And I have to say, the bonus to that, I don't have a cabinet full, you know, okay, our family started out with, we have 5 children, and we, like, to keep up with 2 girls, 3 girls, okay, if you count me, you know, with conditioner and body wash and all the jazz, like, you need cupboard space in those bathrooms, and we are limited, okay? But I tried. Keep it stocked. You know, with this, okay, the girls are out, but still out of the house. You know, I don't have to have bottles and bottles of soap in the bathroom anymore. It's like, it doesn't take up space. My brother went to Arizona and he took, I don't even know how many pounds of soap with him, but he's like, but they went, you know, in a RV, and he's like, but it doesn't take up space. You know, he says, we have very limited space. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. It's awesome. Should actually see how he's doing. Wonder how long that lasted. I know my middle son, he has 2 favorites. He has blue, well, no, he likes the 70s soap. He likes this one. But he likes All Jacked Up. That's his scrubby soap. And, I don't know why I cleaned that one out, but I did. Oh, well, we'll just clean them all out. Yeah, All Jacked Up is his absolute favorite. And I bet you he goes through 1 bar a month, I'd say, on average. And he has also, so then he has another bar, like he uses as a, I don't even know. So the All Jacked Up must be his body bar. And then the Blue Caribbean or the Cowboy or the 70s soap. I think those are his, must be his shampoo. I'm going to have to ask him, like, what do you shampoo with, Dylan? But I do have shampoo bars that I try, and I have my favorites, and I don't put them on the website because I don't know. I'm not a chemist, and I can't, you know. I mean, there are lots of blogs that have, oh, these oils for this hair, this oil for this hair. The problem is that soap is a leave-on product. Soap does one thing. That's what I was getting at. You can't screw it up, right? In the end, see how I get off on a tangent? In the end, soap is soap. Soap has one job and one job only, and that's to clean. It's not a leave-on product, right? Sorry, I'm making a mess. It's not a leave-on product, so, you know, you can put the clays in there, you can put the honey in there, you can put all these beautiful ingredients in soap, but at the end of the day, it's still a leave-on product, right? Okay, I lied. Maybe I added more. It almost comes to the top. I guess I could adjust that since it's a very fluid batter. You know, I would just like it a little more fluid, but that would take some, you know, messing around with my recipe again, and I kind of like it. I don't like messing with my recipes once I have them, once they work. I had too many other irons in the fire. Okay, so I'm going to give you one little tip. In cleaning all this up, I do not put it down my drain, because right now this is not soap. This is oils and mush. It would kill my drain. Okay, so here's the fun part, and you'll see what I mean by muddy. Let's tap this down just a little bit first. That's what my rubber bands are for, so my mold doesn't come apart. And here comes my dog thinking that somebody is knocking on the door. Yep, hold on, Megs. So when I say muddy, this is muddy, because you don't want to waste all this soap. Sorry about the dog. It's just because I pounded on the mold down. She's just not that bright. Okay, see, and it kind of gets muddy in there and stuff, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, literally nothing you can do about it, except knock your immersion blender off the counter like I did. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is actually just going to sit, because the silicone mold is so thick and I don't seem to have problems with it. It's just going to sit on the counter for 24 to 36 hours. Yes, 24 to 36 hours. And then I can stick it in the freezer so it comes off all nice, and then unmold it. And I know you want to see that, and you will. I will, you know, in just a little bit here. Okay? Great. We'll be back. Hey, and now we're back. This has been in the freezer for about a half an hour, and look at how beautiful the outside of it is. I'm just gonna open this up. And if I hadn't froze it, I would have to sit in the mold for like, 2 to 3 days, because it is just so soft. And I am just impatient, so there is that. Oh, and a quick correction. Soap is not a leave-on product. Just shows how nervous I was earlier. It's like, well, or yesterday. Yeah, soap is not a leave-on product. Which we all know. Yeah, see, it's just soft. And this is what I was calling muddy. Ooh. Sometimes it gets really brown just because they really blend together. Let's see. Just try and get this outside to look nice. And that's one thing about cutting it at this stage, is the soap is really pliable yet. See, it's a little muddy. Really pliable, and you can fix a few, little holes and errors. Not too difficult at this point of the game, but I'm almost thinking it's really gonna be too soft. I might have to let it set, but we will try it anyway. Like I said, I'm just impatient. See, this is my muddy one. And we cut these. 3/4, so I just take my ruler and gouge in there 3/4. I'll try 3, see how that works. Ooh, yeah, that one. Yeah, they're super, super soft. Look at that yellow with the purple. This is where a soap cutter would kind of come in handy, but look at that. Those were the top ones, so it was all the extra, when you get to the end of the batch of the soap. It is a quiet morning here. Everybody's either still sleeping. One of my children is gone already for the day. He's in FFA. Isn't that pretty? Which is good. I'm a morning person. Oops, that one got cut wonky. There's the pretty pinks coming through. I would say this batch had more purple in it, because that seems to be the dominant color coming through. Then again, I probably didn't do a good job counting my layers like I said I normally do. Count so many seconds. 3 more to cut. So if you are seeing this on YouTube, which is where I'm assuming this is gonna go, and you like it, go ahead, subscribe. My kids got this. Trey has this down pat. I hit subscribe, go to the bottom, hit subscribe, do this, do that, hit like, and it's like, okay. I watch YouTube videos, but I'm not a big subscriber of a lot of them. So if you do, hit all the buttons, do all the things, all that jazz, whatever it invokes. And maybe you'll see more of me on YouTube. I really don't know. This is just, there's reasons behind it, but nobody's business but my own, right? Isn't that awesome? That's the 70s soap. Want to check it out? Go to Tonya'sWitchyKitchen.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.